Timex is a brand that I have a lot of mixed feelings about. I love the fact that they have American roots and were founded in 1854 as a Waterbury watch company. In addition, I love how they've stayed true to their original mission in the 19th and 20th century when they really were striving to create watches at affordable prices that were in line with many more expensive Swiss counterpart watches. Timex really rose in prominence back in the mid-20th century, and they have really stayed true to their Americana type aesthetic to this day. And I am loving the relaunch of many of their older designs and really vintage-inspired designs for their archive line with watches like the Marlin, Acadia, Navy Harbor, Navy Ocean, the Waterbury United, and several others. That said, I think the brand is missing out on a huge opportunity to dominate the entry-level market if they just did a couple things. With fashion watch brands popping up everywhere on Kickstarter and online everywhere, we have seen a new surge for watches and a desire amongst many consumers. However, most of these watches are really appeal to just design and fashion and forget about any sense of value for price. When looking at a lot of older watch manufacturers, I have seen them struggle mightily with marketing their products and catering to really a new fashion-forward demand that modern watch consumers are looking for. And when looking at mainstream watch brands, I think in the United States, Timex is really the only company that has been able to allow themselves to market more successfully to younger demographics by staying true to their designs. However, they can't just get simply this far by going off of their brand's heritage and just their designs alone. If you look across the board, Timex watches are nearly always powered with the Chinese quartz movement, something I am not a fan of at all. However, I continue to give them the nod in the sub $100 price range since I find many of their watches are designed tastefully and they are a brand with a good amount of history. Although, as a brand, you can only go so far with this. In 2017, Timex reissued the Timex Marlin, a 1960s dress watch that aged incredibly well with its design and was greeted with great applause when it was mentioned that it was going to be reissued. I reviewed the Timex Blackout version on my channel, Timex Marlin Blackout. If you want to take a closer look at that watch, I would recommend checking out that video in the description. That watch is powered by a mechanical hand winding movement, it has a beautiful dome crystal, and is reasonably priced, although not the greatest price point, at $200. That said, we have yet to see Timex make the same moves with any other watches and really increase their value proposition in the marketplace. I think why I'm so annoyed with Timex is because if there is one brand that I feel can put an end to many of the cheap Chinese-made fashion watches that are flooding the market, it is them. However, whenever I make a suggestion as them as an alternative, there's always a thought in my head, in the back of my mind. Are they really much different than a lot of these fashion watch brands? Yes, I do think investing in a Timex is much better than investing in Chinese counterparts or a lot of these fashion Kickstarter brands. That said, I have become a bit disappointed that Timex has not followed suit with the Marlin and have tried to rechannel the designs and components that made the brand noteworthy to begin with. Imagine this, you have a Timex Weekender that is greatly improved and they actually offered this. Imagine this. It came in with 100 meters water resistance. You can actually jump in the water with it, unlike the Timex Weekender that we have now, which is only a 30 meters water resistance. It has a sapphire crystals and is automatically powered rather than being powered by a quartz movement. I think you would get a watch that not only mainstream just watch people would enjoy that really aren't into anything about horology but just like a good looking watch. It would totally cater to that, but also would just be a watch that I think a lot of watch lovers would respect as well. And when I'm just looking at the overall landscape, it really does raise the question, who is gonna step up here? Because when I'm looking at the landscape, I'm getting tired of seeing these fashion watch brands just come in and dominate at these lower price points. And it's because really just incompetence in marketing and incompetence in listening to the consumer and what they want to have right now from a watch. Watches are no longer being bought, especially at that price point, based on different quality standards. They're buying totally based on look. And I think if you can combine that, the look, with the ability to actually produce a thing of quality, a watch of quality at this range, I think you can dominate. I think Timex is positioned, unlike a lot of these other brands with their designs, to allow them to come in and really take it by storm. But I do look at them as having a lot of opportunity, but also really not answering the call to the opportunity that's at their doorstep. So guys, what do you think of just Timex? What do you think of a lot of these brands that are in this lower affordable tier and feeling how they are not able to cater to, what current demographics, current young people might be looking for in a watch? It's something I think about all the time and thinking about who's gonna come in and actually really answer the call. It has me thinking a lot about what I can do as somebody I think is gradually growing on YouTube here and helping kind of push another generation of watch lovers forward. I'd love to see comments down below though. So guys, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, be sure to subscribe, also hit the bell icon so you know when I release content. All of that really helps out the channel. That's how YouTube's algorithm works. So by doing that, you're helping the channel succeed and helping us with our mission here to really create another generation of watch lovers. If you guys want to take part in our watch giveaways, be sure to fill out the form down below. If you've already filled it out in past months, you're good to go. And then be sure to follow me on Instagram so you can stay up to date about new watches being given away. That's where I make all the announcements. And finally, if you want to support this channel, this new mission that we have to help spread the love of watches to as many people that we possibly can, be sure to go check us out on Patreon. We also have some awesome perks there. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.